Hi guys! Here we are again. I am sitting outside because I love the outdoors. And today I wanted to answer someone's question because somebody had addressed a video that I did recently, and it was about a turkey hunt, not your traditional turkey hunt with a harvest, but a hunt where we didn't kill a turkey, but we found a lot of cool things. And so somebody asked why I think it's cool to find deadheads. It's so exciting, and maybe it's a forensic science thing, I don't know, but we walked up on several elk while we were on this hunt, dead elk at this area we were hunting, and it was really cool that I found this elk. I mean, honestly, isn't he really neat looking? Look at him. He has a small fork on this side. No, he doesn't have a lot of mass here, but he didn't even get to fork on this side. He didn't get to grow up that long. But it's really fun to find elk because of the trophy that some elk still carry when you find them. This one didn't have it because his nose has been broken off, and maybe critters nibbled at it and took parts away, I'm not sure. But it is interesting to think of, how did this guy die? What killed him? Was it Mother Nature? So I happen to think this was probably a mountain lion kill, and mainly because there were several other carcasses. There is a big tom that the landowner has seen that's going through there, and this one's a few years old, but still, it's my speculation that could have been a mountain lion kill. It could be a bear. There's a lot of bear in the area as well. Another cool thing, I mean, even cow elk, which are female elk, bull or male elk, cow or female, cow elk can carry these treasures also sometimes. We find them. And what I'm referring to are elk ivories, which I shared in that video. I have some in my pocket that I brought to show you. These ivories are really cool. I also brought some jewelry because guess what? Ivory is used to make jewelry. We have different kinds of ivories. This is a bull elk ivory. These are from cow elk. This is a very young cow elk. The more coloration, which I think the more color the better. That's really cool if you can find one that has a lot of swirling colors in them. That shows their age and maturity, but you can see the size of a bull elk ivory versus a cow is quite a bit different. Also, the kill we found last year was a calf, and it could have been a cougar, it could have been a bear, I don't know. But this young calf, look at that ivory. So tiny, and the calves, their ivories, just like human babies, they're in the gum, they're barely protruding until they mature and they grow and their ivories come out. The ivories actually, they're on the upper part of the jaw and they protrude down. And years ago in prehistoric times, elk had tusks. So in wildlife, elk or red deer, they have tusks or ivories. Elephants have ivory, walrus have ivory, and some pigs have ivory. So it's a rare thing, and actually years ago in the United States, elk were hunted for their ivories because they were worth money. Native American tribes used to use the ivories to adorn their dress, and it said that in some tribes, in order to marry the young lady of the tribe, the young man had to bring ivories as a payment. And it showed a man was well off if he could trade his horse for ivories. So they were money, they were worth trading. And now, in modern times, men and women both wear elk ivories as jewelry. And I'll show you these here. These are some earrings that my husband had them made for me one year for Valentine's Day. And they have red coral and they have elk ivories in them. And you would not believe how many women stop me and ask me, what is that stone in your earrings? And guess what? It's not stone, it's elk ivory. So very precious. And that's a trophy that you can find in the elk. And it's really fun and exciting. So that is partly why I like to find deadheads, and not because I am obsessed with gory, gruesome, dead things, but it's the story, the speculation as to what happened to this guy, how did he die? It's really fun to go shed hunting. If you haven't gone shed hunting, it's just like hunting Easter eggs, and the elk and deer, as they go through their life cycles, they lose their antlers, and so they drop them in the woods or wherever they're living, and you can go and try to find them. And actually nowadays people are paying a high dollar for elk antlers, so, and deer antlers. So that's something that a lot of people enjoy doing. One thing about antler hunting is you do have to be careful. Don't disturb wildlife. You know, they lose their antlers in the spring, and that's actually when the deer are having their fawns and the elk are calving. So you want to always respect wildlife. I hope that answers your question as to why I think it's fun to find a deadhead.